How are we doing, guys? And welcome back to TSTV for the match review of Arsenal 1, Chelsea 0. And quite frankly, what we saw today from Chelsea was absolutely shocking, embarrassing, spineless, toothless. There was just absolutely nothing there. It was depressing to watch. And we go back to the game last season, as I mentioned in my previous video, where we lost 5-0 against Arsenal. And to be honest, in a way, today feels worse to me. Today actually feels worse, and people will be saying, oh, that's unbelievable. How can 1-0 defeat be worse than a 5-0 defeat? And I remember a few years ago when we played Man City in back-to-back years, and we lost 6-0 under Sarri, which was really, really bad. Don't get me wrong, it was really, really bad. But we actually lost 1-0 Conte the year before, which I think generally amongst the Chelsea fan base, we all accept was far worse because the players, the manager, everything about the performance was accepting of a 1-0 defeat. There was no intent. There was no desire to try and get anything out of that game. It was like, do you know what? We're playing against a good team. We'll take the 1-0 loss and we'll move on. We're not even going to bother kind of trying to attack, trying to get something from the game, trying to show some fight or heart or spirit. We're just going to take the defeat and move on. And that is worse to me. That is worse when you watch your team go through the motions and be accepting of losing, not showing intent. The game was 1-0 from 20 minutes in. Arsenal started quite well. They got a goal through Mikel Merino from a corner. We were making mistake after mistake at the back. Robert Sanchez, absolutely terrible in that first half. Did make a good save in the second half. Again, the most embarrassing thing about this is how bad Sanchez was. He probably did the best thing in the game from any Chelsea player with his save from Merino in the second half. But yeah, they started well. And we had a little 10-minute period before half-time where Cucurella had a shot and Raya made an absolute mess of it, but it wasn't a big chance. The lack of desire, the lack of passion, hunger in a big, big derby game. In a game against Arsenal, a team I hate, a team Chelsea fans hate. I hate their supporters. I hate their players. I hate their manager. I want to beat Arsenal. I want to go there, and if we're going to lose, you're going to lose football matches. I accept that. Arsenal are a good team. But try and get something from the game. Try and show some intent. Try and show some vigour, some passion, some creativity. Try and bloody let nose a little bit. Where are the players that are rolling their sleeves up on the pitch and go, do you know what, guys, we're actually losing the game here. Maybe we shouldn't just pass it around the back anymore. We should actually try and get forward and try and penetrate Arsenal, try and put some pressure on them, try and put some balls in the box. But no, we were just passing it around the back, passing it sideways, looking back to the goalkeeper. There are numerous times in the first half where we'd be on the counter-attack and be in a dangerous position. No, we'll pass it backwards. We'll give it back to Badiashile, and then we'll start again for absolutely no reason. And it's unacceptable. It's just so spineless. And that is why I think it's worse than the 5-0 defeat last year, because almost as a fan, right, sometimes there's something cathartic when this whole building comes crashing down and it's chaotic and goals are going in left, right and centre and you're 3-0 down after an hour and it's, you can get angry and you can point the finger and you can shout at the players, shout at the manager, have a go with your mates, whatever. But this was just depressing because you could tell very early on that we came here to get a 0-0. That was the only chance we were going to get anything from this game, was to get a 0-0. And you're talking about a team that actually can't defend. So that tactic is just absolutely useless in my opinion. And then when you are 1-0 down in the game, you show absolutely nothing. Nothing. Other than that Cucurella shot that spilled through Raya, can't think of anything that happened in that game. The second half was a total waste of time. Total waste of time. Players just going through the motions and walking and, getting booked for dissent. And that is what annoys me as well. Players think and supporters may think as well that showing passion and showing you want to get back into the game is, getting angry at the referee and then getting yourself booked. No, it's not. It's cheating. You're cheating. The way you show that you want to get back in the game is by actually playing football, by attacking, by showing intent. We saw none of that. Absolutely none of that. And we're playing against one of our biggest rivals. And they won't have had an easier game all season, by the way. Arsenal, they haven't won in the last 3 league games against United, Forest, and I can't even remember who. But yeah, they've not won in the last 3 games. They've been struggling to score goals. They didn't really look like that much of a threat after the first 25 minutes. They were just happy to sit in because they were like, these ain't going to do anything. They don't really want to win the game. They're just going to pass it around at the back a little bit. And they'll keep a bit of possession. And then they'll pretend and look at the stats and think that we're in the game. And this is what annoys me when people say, Chelsea were in the game. We were in the game. Enzo Maresca comes out and says, we're in the game. We were controlling the game. No, you're not in the game. You're not in the game at all. You're in the game when you're actually hurting the opponent. You're making them worried and making panicky decisions and making them make mistakes and creating chances and showing that will and desire to actually score a goal. You're not in the game when you're just going through the motions and accepting with a 1-0 defeat. You're not in the game. It was embarrassing. It was pathetic. Spineless, as I say. And I'm furious. I'm furious. I'm more furious than I was after the 5-0 last year. Because at least I was angry. I guess you could probably think I'm angry now, but it was depressing. It was actually depressing watching it. It was depressing watching the game. It was depressing knowing that we were never going to score. We could have been there till next fucking spring and not score. It was awful. Absolutely awful football. Awful display of mentality from the team. Awful display of mentality from the manager. And again, I've been a defender of Maresca, but you need to be able to adapt. You need to be able to show more than what your idea is. I know your idea is to play possession-based football and slow passing and building up from the back. But do you know what? When it's not working, when you're not creating anything, when you're not looking like you're ever going to score, change it. Inject some tempo into the team. Have a plan B, because it's not going to work every week, and it's not been working for weeks. Last week after Leicester, I was sitting here going, look, it was a bad performance, but we got the 3 points. La-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da. And that's the problem with this type of football. It's when you play so conservatively and negatively and just play boring, slow, walking football. You have to win. You have to get results. And when you don't, and when you keep losing games, when you keep losing away games, and when you keep putting in spineless, pathetic performances away from home, yes, people are going to be annoyed and criticise you. And he does deserve criticism. He does. The manager does deserve criticism. Am I saying he should be sacked? No, I'm not. But he needs to do better. And the players need to do better. They need to show more fight and desire. Because I'm actually getting sick of watching this football at this moment in time. I'm getting sick of it. And I think everyone else is as well. Do you know what? I'm glad that it's the international break. I'm glad that England are going to play Albania and Latvia in a couple of weeks. That will be light relief for me. Because I don't have to watch this absolute rubbish. And it's been rubbish. Let's be really honest. There's not one Chelsea fan out there who's not just absolutely deluded that can say they're enjoying watching us right now. It's awful. Players have been awful. The manager in the last couple of months has been pretty awful. The sporting director's awful. The atmosphere around the team, in the ground, in the away end, awful. It's all awful. It's depressing. And look, people are going to sit there and go, oh yeah, well, we're still in the top 4 because Man City and Brighton drew. Oh, how great that is that. Let's go and have a wank about it that we're in the top 4. Who cares? We're not going to get in the top 4 if we keep playing like this away from home. Have you seen our away games? We still got to go to Brentford. We still got to go to Fulham. We still got to go to Newcastle, who've just won a trophy today, by the way. And I'll come on to that in a little bit of a second. We still got to go to Forest. We still got to play Liverpool. We still got to play Man United. We still got to play Tottenham. And people might laugh at Man United and Tottenham. If we play like this against them, we're not going to get anything from those games. Absolutely anything from those games. And people can point to mitigating excuses. Oh, Cole Palmer was out today. And by the way, that is the manager's fault. That is the manager's fault, because a lot of it was down to muscle fatigue, which is the rumour that's come out. Why did he come on against Copenhagen? We weren't losing the game. We weren't going out at that point. You bring him on against Copenhagen in a game that we were probably going to get through anyway. So he misses this. A big game against a London rival. Absolutely ridiculous, unforgivable decision. People can point to Madueke and Jackson being injured. Yeah, big blow. Arsenal got injuries as well. Lots of teams have got injuries. You've got to deal with it. You've got to find other ways to be able to attack and score goals. You've got to find other ways to get the best out of players. We're not getting the best out of anyone at the moment. It's insipid. It's awful. Who was going to score a goal out there today? Apart from Cucurella. And that's the most damning indictment, right? Our biggest goal threat is our left back, who isn't even known for scoring goals. It's not even like he's Marcus Alonso. He's not known for scoring goals. And he's our biggest threat. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous how we've got to this point. And the manager needs to do better. Because I can't lie, as I said, I'm not calling for him to go or anything, but many more performances like this, and I will be asking for a change. I will be. Because it's depressing watching it. If you lose games, you can lose football matches. You want something to hang your hat on. You want to see some sort of progress. You want to see something exciting happen. You want to sit there and go, do you know what, we were really unlucky. Or, you know, someone got sent off. And to be fair, Wesley Fofana should have been sent off about 8 times today. But that's another story. But there was nothing. Depressing. Honestly, depressing. Everyone needs to do better. And when they come back from the international break, it needs to be better. Because I can only imagine what the atmosphere in the ground will be like if we put in that sort of performance against Tottenham. Because, I mean, goodness me. I mean, today was bad enough, but can you imagine against them guys? Absolutely no way. As I mentioned a minute ago, Newcastle just won their first trophy in 70 years. Well, their first domestic trophy in 70 years earlier today. Played against Liverpool. One of their best attacking players out, Anthony Gordon. But you look at Newcastle's team, right? And obviously take Isak out of it. He would get into our team every day of the week. But you look at Newcastle's team. You look at people like Damber and Joe Willock and Cher and Jacob Murphy. those players get into our team, or should they get into our team? No. But then you look at the way Newcastle played against the top Liverpool side. Again, maybe they're going for a little bit of a dip because they're tired and obviously lost against PSG in midweek. But they took the game to them. They were brave. They showed passion. They showed intent to win. Can you imagine this Chelsea team in a cup final against Liverpool? We wouldn't show none of that. We wouldn't show none of that. And that is the most damning indictment of all. And congratulations to Newcastle. Well deserved. It's probably going to be the first of many trophies. And with this team right now, we ain't winning anything for years, apart from the Conference League. And I don't even, whatever. We ain't going to win nothing for years if this carries on, because it's pathetic, it's spineless, and it goes all the way from the top to the bottom. And yeah, I'm really, really angry. And it was depressing today. But there it is. Do you know what I mean? We've got a 3 week, well, pretty much a 3 week international break now because we don't play in the FA Cup when it comes back. And quite frankly, I'm relieved that I do not have to watch Chelsea or talk about Chelsea in the next couple of weeks. Although, again, I will probably do some content about Chelsea in the meantime, maybe some more general stuff. I'll probably maybe do some content that will actually kind of make me a bit nostalgic or happy or whatever, because, yeah, doing videos like this every other week, it seems, is depressing and I don't like it. So, yeah, look, absolutely embarrassing, pathetic, unacceptable performance today. I know a lot of people don't feel like that, but I do, because I actually want my team to try and show intent to win, and they didn't. Got an international break now. Yeah, I mean, I think our next game back is Tottenham at home. Not looking forward to that at all, even though they are in terrible form in the league themselves. But yeah, it is what it is. And maybe Cole Palmer's back, maybe Madueke's back, maybe Jackson's back, and it makes a difference. I don't really know. But look, like, subscribe, comment. I'll do some content over the next couple of weeks. And yeah, hopefully we can all enjoy this break away from Chelsea, because I think we all need it, because quite frankly, it's been a very miserable time this last couple of months. But yeah, have a good evening, guys, and take care.